Yeah, I think we're live. We're live, everybody. What's going on today? Happy Sunday,
Buddy.
everybody.
Yay!
Yeah, had a
Heidi
little
ho.
technical issues, so I had to move everything upstairs. I threw all the concentrates I needed today and my VG everything in a box and just brought it upstairs. And so there won't be a drop down for the scale today because I'm using that camera actually on here. But that's good. You guys all know how pretty boring, probably sitting there watching your numbers move on a scale anyway. So how's everybody doing? We do some shout outs. We got Nurse Vapes out there in the chat. We got James Rivera. What's up, Buick? It's me, dude. Raven Shadow, Galta Bull, Alan Highway Vaping's out there. Alan Gorby. Alan Gorby, you are the man. He sent me a 30 ml bottle or 60 ml bottle of Dis One, and he sent me a 30 mils of liquid born lava cake, and he sent me his butter pecan ice cream recipe. I still have to try it, but it was definitely getting an RDA this week. So thanks a lot for that, Alan. We got Brian Enoch out there. We got Anthony, the Fuck Yeah Vape. Kevin Reed's out there. I saw Tie Sticks out there. HD, Kenny B. Oh, we got a lot of people in chat today. What's going on, everybody? Anybody else I missed? Hey, how's it going? All right. Well, we got a special guest today. We got Mixin with Mophead, who has his own channel. If you haven't subbed to him, there's a link in the description. Go ahead and make sure you do that. He just hit 300 subs this weekend. And take it away, Mophead. Tell everybody about yourself.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Mophead, aka Mixin with Mophead. So yeah, I have my channel, Mixin with Mophead. I do recipe reviews and mix up recipes and just everything DIY. Also check out my Facebook group, Eat, Sleep, Mix, Repeat, if you can, and the DIY E-Juice University. I'm always kind of working with them guys. So yeah, that's mostly it. Thanks for having me on, Frank. Appreciate it.
Oh, no problem. Hey, with your recipe reviews that you do, how'd that idea come about?
Actually, I kind of stole the idea from Chef John, who's he's the one who founded Eat, Sleep, Mix, Repeat. And then I kind of started off as one of his fanboys, and then he kind of brought me on, and I was like, hey man, I kind of want to start doing videos and stuff. And I was like, I just don't have like a good camera or anything. He's like, dude, you got a camera on your phone, right? I'm like, yeah. He's like, well, get in front of it, start doing videos. And so he kind of, convinced me to start doing this, and yeah. And then we were just kind of the ones doing recipe reviews.
Awesome.
I enjoy it. People really like, I always wanted to get reviews and feedback on my recipes and wasn't getting it. So nice to be able to do it for other people.
Yeah, because I was actually going to start doing that myself, and then I saw that you were already doing it. I'm like, okay, that idea's already taken.
Funny and written, man. We're not going to run out of recipes,
Oh, no,
Yeah.
but,
People really want that. I mean, that's like one of the number one things I think people want. Like if you're a mixer and you're putting your stuff out there, you want someone to give you some feedback. You're trying to figure it out. So I think it's awesome.
I would love to see more people doing it. I don't care if anybody does it. I won't be heard about it. Because we're all gonna have different opinions. Even if we review the same recipes, we're all gonna have different opinions on it.
Yeah, because taste is subjective.
More content, better.
I also think it's a great way to learn how to mix is by mixing other people's mixes, like watching how they kind of develop. And like you definitely see like a mixer's signature, for lack of a better word, like in the style that they mix, and you get to kind of see how they mix. Like Addy Tooney has a very distinct signature on using very low percentages. And
you're going to find kiwi in almost everything.
No, cornbread and creme brulee.
Yes, and kiwi.
It's great. I learned a ton from it. A lot of people tell me they learn, because as you go through them, you just things you wouldn't think of, or you're discovering things, or you get ideas from other people, and it's made me a better mixer. I think it helps other people out. So.
Oh yeah. Well, who were your inspirations when you first started mixing? Who did you follow to learn your craft?
Yeah, I was going to ask that too.
I just kind of went into it. I watched there was nobody doing, when I first got into it, there was nobody doing like dedicated DIY channels or anything. There was a couple vape reviewers, and they would have oh, this is how you mix an e-liquid. I'm like, I could figure that out. So I think I went on eSig Express, and I I just ordered what I thought would sound good. And I spent probably the first year, like, I wasn't really on any forums. I was just kind of figuring out myself. And then probably about a year into it, I started joining Facebook groups and then, watching other people and kind of learning things, Wayne started DIY or die. And I remember that helped me out quite a bit, like kind of getting more down to like good flavors, like what flavors to pick up. So I bought a lot of crap at first,
Oh, I think we all have. I mean, I've made, I think I have a cabinet full of flavors. I look at them, I'm like, they're not bad yet, so I'm not going to throw them out, but probably not going to use them. Like I have a 4-ounce bottle of what is it? The gummy. Which one is it? It's not the Swedish fish, but the Swedish gummy.
Oh yeah,
which is horrible. That stuff sucks.
I have a 4-ounce bottle of TFA honey, so like.
Me too.
I'll never use that. Yeah, it's how you learn, and I mean, luckily for people now, there's a lot more resources out. It's a different game. I started, I think like December 2014 is when I made my first order.
Oh wow! So you've been at this a while then.
Wow, 4 years. You go close to 4 years.
Yeah, it's come a long way. So it's great. So, I love it.
Who are you following now, Mophead? Who do you like?
Now, I support a lot of my guys like Michael Hoffman. He has a YouTube channel, The Vaping Surveyor. He's starting out, and he's another admin. I still follow some of the DIY or die stuff. The DIY Juice University, Jack, and all those guys are always putting out good stuff. JFM. I know I'm forgetting people. Fresh, obviously, all Fresh's stuff is great. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I got started watching the Fresh from the Kitchen. Alan Gorby just mentioned that in the chat. And then he had Wayne Walker on. I'm like, who is this guy? And I thought he was from Philly. I'm a Philly guy originally. So, I'm like, oh, I got to check him out. And I did. And I was like, okay, I learned a ton from, especially like the single flavor stuff that he breaks down.
Yep.
And then learning how to actually read the notes on ELR and stuff like that and figuring out, basically deciphering what they're talking about and learning, I guess, the vocabulary. I mean, you learn a whole different language when you start getting into DIY. I see Big Country's out there. Roro's out there. What's up, Roro?
What's up, Roro?
Roro.
Yeah, cool. So what's your go-to flavor profile? Like if you had a flavor profile that is you, what would it be?
Pretty basic. I have probably my favorite recipe is my strawberry bliss, which is just basically like it's kind of like a strawberry cream, but it's got like a little bit of bakery notes and stuff in it. It's kind of like a strawberry shortcake bar. That's what I would kind of consider it. But that's mainly me. I like bakeries with fruits in them and pretty basic. But it works good. And then I'm more into tobaccos and other things and florals and everything. But yeah, I always just end up going back to. I mean, that's why I was excited to be on this episode. Cheesecakes, love.
Yeah, I tried up my alley.
All right, so let's take a look at this strawberry bliss. Do you mind if I pop it up?
Yeah, go ahead and pop it up.
Cheesecake's something that I've always loved cheesecake. I've always loved eating it, and I love vaping it.
Oh my God, love it! Totally love it. So here we go. Yeah, this is like we got a little cream, we got a little biscuit, and we got some strawberries.
Yeah, I think I have like all that
wrong with it. Yeah, it really can't fail. Yeah, I got to mix it up video for it.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I like that you do the videos that go along with your mixes. I think that's a great idea. Actually, I meant to mention that before. That's really good. Cool. So is anybody looking for a good strawberry? There you go.
Yeah, definitely.
That's like everybody wants that. And the thing I like about this too, about like strawberry mixes and cheesecake, is you can go from something pretty simple, like harvest blend or mixed forest fruit and a cheesecake, and you can have a really good vape. And then you can start kind of layering in the strawberries or layering in the cheesecake, to kind of give something more like, Cheesecake Factory style cheesecake, or, Joey's Italian True Blue Italian style cheesecake, which is kind of cool, which is great. it's kind of one of those flavor profiles that you can kind of go simple and get a really good vape, or you can start kind of playing around with it to get different style cheesecakes.
Yeah, the possibility of endless with cheesecake. Actually, I'm working on, so what I'm vaping on today is my Euclid recipe, which is my blueberry cheesecake.
Yep.
You know, and then I got, this is one I'm working on, caramel macchiato cheesecake.
Oh,
It's tough, man, getting the balance between coffee and bakeries, like, because you know you want the coffee taste, but it's so easy for it to overpower it. And I think this is like my third revision, and it's almost there. I think maybe one more, and I'll get it down. But yeah, trying to get those like bakeries to still come out, you know.
Yeah, I just started getting into the coffees a little bit, thanks to Mary Beth. I tried her Mary Beth's Enlightened Coffee, and that turned out pretty good. It's just, it seems like the Inawera coffee is one that you have to be really careful, because if you go a little too high with that, it'll turn into dirt real quick.
Yeah,
it goes from coffee to coffee grounds in like, you know, 0.5%.
Honestly, I think the easiest ones to work with are probably the Sticks Mix coffees, because those ones, they have a lot more play, and because they're natural, you know. The thing with like coffees and tobaccos that I found is just naturally they have all these subtle notes that you won't be able to pick out. Like, it's hard to like vape on it and just pick out all the subtle notes in it. But if you think about when they try and make that synthetic, you know, it's hard to put in all those like little like subtle notes in a synthetic concentrate. So when you got like Thai stuff, you know, you get all those subtle notes and everything that, you know, comes from the coffee itself. And I think it just blends better. It's just a lot easier, I've found, to work with, you know.
Yeah, Raven Shadow had a question in chat. She said, "Is it weird that I taste butter notes with strawberries and cream?"
No, not at all.
No, because you're gonna, you know, how do you make cream? You know, there's butter and milk and stuff in cream. So yeah, that totally makes sense.
Yeah. Well, that's why I put like the biscuit, the Anywhere biscuit in my strawberry bliss, you know, to get a little bit of butter, you know, it has like a good little butter taste to it.
Yeah, and add a little bit more bakery note to go with the sugar cookie. And I mean, when you look at your recipe, you can see where everything in it has a place.
Oh yeah.
And that's where, you know, I know when I first started mixing, and even now sometimes I'll put something in and then I'll go back and I'll look at the recipe and like, well, do I really need that in that recipe, or am I just throwing stuff in there just to make it look pretty?
Yeah. Yeah, and that's why like a lot of my recipes are, you know, like 5 to 7 flavors, you know. I don't really do a lot of like, you know, 13, 20 flavor recipes. And that's kind of why it's like when I do it, you know, I know some people like they're looking for all those little notes, and you know, some people are really good at layering them in, but you know, I kind of think like, okay, I want like some kind of butter note, want a little bit of bakery in there, a little bit of texture, you know, what fruits do I want in there?
Yeah, plus when you have 12, 15 items, if there's stuff in there you really don't need, you're throwing money out the window.
Yeah.
Do you think about, when you create a recipe, do you think about kind of like the base in the middle and like what your accent and top notes are? Do you kind of design your recipes that way?
Yeah, I definitely do. I definitely think like, okay, what flavors do I want kind of in the background, you know, that,
yeah,
what's going to make up the body, like, you know, and that's obviously, I mean, cheesecakes, that's, you know, that's one thing I love about cheesecakes. You get a nice body in there. And then, up front, you know, do you want some like caramels or some fruits to kind of like be up front, you know, and really what you get like right on the inhale. But yeah, I definitely think about that, you know, when I'm creating my recipes.
Yeah, I do too. I'm not always successful, but I try and generate that. And then I try and generate that with, or what I'm trying to learn to do is to do that with the least amount of ingredients to kind of create that profile that I want with, you know, the least amount. And that's not always the easiest thing to do. Like, I think it's ID10 who is doing these 1, 2, 3 recipes. It's like very simple, but clearly defined recipes. So like it really forces you to think about the flavor you're using to get exactly what you're after. So it's kind of a cool way to approach.
Yeah, some of the best recipes I've had are 3 flavors, you know.
Yep. Agreed. Completely agree.
I have a cucumber melon out, and it's literally just 3 flavors. It's like I think it's all Capella, honeydew, cantaloupe, and cucumber. And it just balanced out so well, you know, just like everything, like you said, everything has its part, you know, there's a reason for everything. And sometimes that's just the way to go.
Yeah. Yep. So when you're looking to make a like a cheesecake recipe, do you have like a base that you always use, or do you try and manipulate it depending on where you kind of want to go with that cheesecake? Meaning like more authentic, old school, like Italian, or kind of, you know, more creamy, sweet cheesecake?
I've tried like getting into doing stones and things like that, and it just never works out for me because every time I come, I think about a recipe, I make it its own, you know. And like you said, you know, like I don't always want the same kind of cheesecake. So yeah, do I want the cheesecake to come out more? Do I want this one to be like heavier on the crust? You know, do I want a really heavy crust?
Right.
Do I want like cheesecakes? I always think like how cheesy do I want it? Like you said, realism. You know, like sometimes I really don't want it super cheesy, so it's not gonna be like a really realistic cheesecake. And sometimes I want it to be like, you know, you bite into it and you're like, oh yeah. You know, like get that taken aback, a little sour.
Nona made it for me. Talking to the Google.
Yeah.
So I kind of take every recipe like as its own and give it its own personality.
Yeah, I do too. I think though, when you're learning to start, and like I did too, you sort of want to hang on to a couple of winners. Like, what are 2 strawberries that I can put together that's always going to be a winner? What are some ice cream things I can put together that's going to be a winner? So I think for the purpose of people just learning, if you were to recommend a good basic cheesecake foundation, what would you recommend? Frank, what would you recommend?
For a good basic cheesecake foundation?
Yeah.
My 2 go-tos are always New York cheesecake and then the graham cracker crust from TFA.
Yeah.
Those 2, you layer them together and, you know, you hit it and quit it. There you go. You're done. I sometimes I think I may over flavor them a little bit. Like on this recipe here, I got 4% New York with a 2% graham cracker crust because I don't know if it seemed like because I want that New York cheesecake to really come out, you know, that dense, dry, you know, tasty, not a Jello cheesecake. I want that cheesecake that'll break a plastic fork.
Yeah, like Juniors. Ever have Juniors out of Brooklyn?
Yes.
They were, oh my God, the best Italian cheesecake I ever had.
Is that the one on 18th? I'm trying to think.
I don't know if they're there. They actually ended up becoming like a franchise. Like a couple, like Foxwoods had a Juniors. Foxwood, I think they still have. I think they're still there. But yeah, they were like the most authentic Italian cheesecake I ever had in my. It was so good. Anyway, but I'm sorry. And Mophead, what about you?
For me, yeah, I mean, you cannot go wrong with the cheesecake ground crust and New York cheesecake, and they both got a good amount of wiggle room. They're easy flavors to work with. But for me, I would say like if I had to like have a go-to, it would probably be like Capella New York cheesecake, Innoware biscuit, and Lorenz cream cheese icing to kind of give it that little bit of like authentic kind of cheese flavor in there. Yeah, that would probably be my go-to. You know, like if I had to do one on the fly and wanted to know it was going to come out right the first shot.
Yeah, right.
That's probably where I would go with it.
Yeah, I still need to get that cream cheese icing. I haven't picked that one up yet.
Some people don't like it quite as much.
Yeah,
right. You have to use it low. Well, for most people, they have to use it low. I'm weird. I could use it like high. I can use that like 3%.
That's what I was going to say. So
like that, and people are like, "How do you vape this?" I'm like, "I love it." Like, I used to, actually when I first got it, I vaped it solo at like 8%. I liked it. Man. I vaped on it for like a few weeks like that. So I don't know. It's just like one of those things.
So you would recommend doing like around a 4%, 5% for the New York cap cheesecake, and then you would do like what, like a 1%, 2% for the Lorenz?
Yeah, probably for most people they're gonna want like 1.5%, and then maybe 0.75% biscuit or 1% biscuit. Yeah, and I mean there you go. That's a good cheesecake right there.
Yeah, I didn't put any biscuit in this one because I wanted more of the sweetness to come out and kind of have that crust in the back note. Because I mean, like a New York, if I'm eating a New York cheesecake, then I'll sit there. I mean, I don't even worry about the crust because it's such a thin crust. But if it's something like some store bought down here, because down here in North Carolina, you can't really get good cheesecake. There's a couple of places like Greensboro bakeries and that, but if you're going into a supermarket, you're going to get that thick, Jello style one. So I'll almost like scoop it out and leave the crust behind.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm sure it's different for you guys on the East Coast because you guys have more.
Well, the thing with TFA is you can't it's pretty much crust. You're not getting.
Yeah. I agree.
And then the other, some other cheesecakes that are out there? Like one of the recipes I put together today is actually jungle flavors, and I think there's a graham cracker crust with that one. But in general, I find that you end up having to add something to support that anyway. Most of the time, you're adding a biscuit or you're adding graham cracker clear, or in general. So it's not something that I tend to use when they kind of combine them, but the recipe, I did two recipes. One recipe, I wanted to try the Purelium toasted coconut cheesecake.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of wanted to go in kind of that route to give it a try and see how that worked out. I've done some single flavor testing with it. I wouldn't precisely call it cheesecake, but I wanted to see what I could play with and come up with for that one.
Yeah, I mean, that's funny you mentioned about that one with the because we were looking for a toasted coconut a couple of weeks ago when I the Samoa's recipe. That's why I put the toasted marshmallow in there to get that toasted coconut note.
And how did your final rendition come out with that, Frank?
Oh, I need to make like a lot more of it. This stuff turned out really good. I really liked it a lot.
Yeah, I think Frank's recipe was the winner. I think we had to go with his. I
guess that's that underdog status. I was able to pull one out. Oh, Big Natty in the house. What's up, Big Natty? Ren's out there. She says she's spinning coils while we're mixing. I'm like, whoa, Ren's spinning coils. That's awesome. I could see her with the drill going and just cursing the whole time. Just
yeah, I gave up on going into coil building. Honestly, I'm lazy with it. I just buy like the pre-made spools of Clapton wire or like pre-made coils.
Oh, Buick had a good
22 gauge Canthal. Like I'm 22 gauge Canthal all the way. Like that's why I put.
Oh, you're a Canthal guy.
Yeah, I like Canthal. It's tried and true. And I don't know. I just got into mixing, and I just got so focused on mixing. I just kind of, I'm like, I'll just put something in my RDA like that'll work.
That's the way I am. Yeah. James Rivera had a question. What are our thoughts on MTS Vape Wizard do a cheesecake mix? I've used it one time because I bought it in one of Fresh's recipes in my very first, my starter kit, and I've never used it again.
Yeah. I've never used it.
I bought it to review a recipe, but I haven't used it like in any of my own. But I think somebody the other day mentioned that you can put it in cheesecakes, but I haven't tried it.
I'd actually have to go back and look at the notes on it again because I'm not even sure, really what the purpose of it is. It's supposed to bring out notes in I thought it was supposed to be more of a fruit, like help smooth out fruits or something, isn't it?
That's what I thought. I thought it was intended for like citrus. Like if something's very citrus forward, I could be wrong. But
we got Shindo out in the chat. What is going on, Shindo?
Shindo knows. Ask Shindo. Shindo.
Yeah, with it being dark up here, kind of reminds me of Shindo a little bit.
Always in the dark. Shindo, sometime I'm gonna go on a live show and be Shinbro.
Yeah.
Guess I'm Mophead on this one. One day I'll remember. I'll come on. My alter ego.
Asked what the question was. Use an MTS Vape Wizard in with a cheesecake mix and a cheesecake recipe. Well, while he's answering that, I'm going to glove up and I'm going to get started on this.
All right.
And before doing, let me pull this recipe back up.
Throw your recipe out in chat again for the new people who came in.
What was that? I'm sorry.
Throw your recipe out in chat again.
Okay. Yeah, let me do that. I think I might actually be able to paste it. Let's see. Where am I pasting? Yep, that's it. Oh, John Carlos got us on in the shop again up there in Rockland County. What's going on, brother?
John Carlo, G.
What's going on?
He's a good guy.
Oh, heck yeah.
So do you do a lot of single flavor testing, Mophead, or are you
Yeah, I do. I go through like cycles because I'm one of those people where like it's a chore, but I do it, because you have to do it. Like honestly, if you just want to get to know your flavors, you have to do it. So like I'll do a bunch like for like a week or two, I'll do a ton of them, and then I won't do single flavor testing for like a month. you know. But yeah, I do it. I bite the bullet and I do it. I don't enjoy it.
So you were mentioning sticks mix
Oh,
before.
Yeah, mix.
So now I don't know anything about them. Are they a flavor company? Like what are they?
Ty Edwards. So Ty Edwards, I think he's in the chat, or he was in the chat. I don't know if he's still out there. Anyways, he owns a company called Sticks, and he does naturally extracted tobaccos. He actually does tobaccos, coffees, and teas.
Wow.
Now. And all of them are awesome. The teas are amazing. Like he sent me the teas.
And
teas are
they're
amazing.
all safe to vape.
Like,
you can vape with them, and they're safe. And
they're concentrates. You know, you mix them up as like a concentrate.
Okay.
Yeah, and I mean they're good. Yeah, even single flavor, like I said, because you pick up all those like subtle notes, and you just pick up everything, you know. And he uses like high quality products.
Oh wow.
And make them, and yeah, they're awesome. Even single flavor. If you go on like my ELR ATF, I have a couple recipes that I use them in. But yeah, you got to at least try them out, you know.
Well, teas and coffees are my jam, and I've been coffees. I've been playing with coffees, and every coffee that comes out, I try. I'm like, meh. I'm like, it's okay, it's good. Some, are better than others. Some have a little more wiggle room. Some you need to let steep. Some you're trying to hide some of the off notes with. But tea, I've had absolutely no luck with tea at all.
Yeah, I've had no luck with tea.
Zero.
his chai tea is like, I mean, all of his teas are really good. The two I probably recommend the most is French vanilla tea. That one's really nice because there's a lot you could do with it. It's probably the most versatile. And
that sounds yummy.
And his chai tea is just, it's so authentic. Like you might want to add some things to it maybe, but if you like a good chai tea, yeah, you got to try the chai tea one. And his coffees, I really recommend the Italian dark roast.
I gotta try that.
So if you were trying to find him, what would you how would you find him? Just Sticksmix?
Sticksmix.com. I'll put it in the chat. Yeah. Sticksmix.com. And it's 2 X's on the sticks and 2 X's on the mix.
Me and Mary Beth are coffee freaks.
Yeah, man, totally.
Yeah. You gotta try.
I'm big on my coffee vapes. I'm big on my drinking my coffee.
You can see how much I like banana. There's my banana. I want to pick up TFA ripe banana. I think that would have worked out well in this recipe as well. Like a quarter or about 1.5% because it's such a strong ripe banana. Almost like a green banana flavor.
Yeah, I just reviewed a pretty good banana. Black Castle V2. That one was by John Lee, I believe. And that one was pretty good. He used ripe banana at like 0.25%, and then TFA banana cream, which is my favorite banana, but it's a little on the weaker end. And yeah, adding that little bit of ripe banana really just boosted it up just right, you know.
Yeah, I'm trying to work with this. I got limited room up here and got the scale off the side here.
So are you gonna try and mix Mophead, or are you gonna
yeah, I didn't really think about it. Honestly, I came a little unprepared, but yeah.
No, that's all right. We can take a look at some of your Chesapeake. I was gonna say Chesapeake. Oh my God, Mary Beth, your cheesecake recipes. You've got a couple, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think the only one I have public right now is the blueberry cheesecake. I actually have it pulled up too. So let's see, what do I use in that one? So that one I use.
Why don't you screen share it while Frank's kind of mixing, getting his stuff together? Why don't you screen share your recipe and kind of talk a little bit about it? And then we can come back to you, Frank. Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
I'm on my phone actually.
I can do it. What is it? What is it?
It's called Euclid.
I might even have.
And it probably says blueberry cheesecake in parentheses or something.
Let's see. Mophead.
Yeah, my tech is pretty low. I just barely started editing videos finally. I used to just like literally I'd just shoot it on my phone and then upload it to YouTube like right then and there.
Yeah, but you can, but that's okay because you can do that. Here it is.
It's always progressing, so now I can go back and look at my old videos and be like, oh, okay, at least I know things are getting better,
If you start way down here, you can only. Yeah.
Oh, my first video, if anybody really wants to just like cringe, go watch my first video.
Sounds like my first video. I did the Icon RDA review. Yeah. Took it out of the box. I'm going to do a review on this. I should have made it a first look. And I had no clue what the hell I was doing.
Yeah, you don't, but that's how you learn. You know, you don't know until you get in front of a camera and start doing it.
Yep.
I was nervous and everything else, and stuttering, stammering.
Oh man, I wrote like, oh, it was so embarrassing because I like wrote out a script and everything like word for word, and I'm standing there like, pretty much with the paper, like, reading off a script. You know, it was just awful. So like, let's see. So on this one, yeah. So I used like, what did I use? Yeah, I used the New York cheesecake. Oh, this one I did a little crazier. Yeah, Flavor West graham cracker. Oh man, that's such a good graham cracker. I love Flavor West graham cracker. And then, like I said, the cream cheese icing. I use that too. Most people might want to drop it down a little bit, but I'm crazy. I like it. And then, oh man, quince, TFA quince. If you really want your blueberries to pop out, or any of your berries, or even strawberry or something, like anything like that's kind of tart, you know, like a tartar fruit, a little bit of TFA quince will just really make it pop out. So Chef John, that's a shout out to Chef John. He's the one who showed me that.
Yep. So you would use that over, like, let's say maybe a lemon, like a lemon zest, or?
Oh yeah, it would really help out. Or you could use lemons too, like really help pop out blueberries.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know Fresh. That's what Fresh does a lot. He uses lemons.
Mm-hmm.
Anything like a little bit of citrus, like it's amazing what a little bit of any kind of citrus will do.
Yep. Yeah. But I noticed you have. Go ahead.
Oh, quince isn't a citrus. I always get it mixed up with bergamot, but quince is like apple, pear. But I don't know. It just really helps out fruits.
Well, you can add like Fuji apple. Sometimes you can add to something, and it kind of gives that brightness that you're trying to add as a top note.
Yeah. I can see that. Especially Fuji has that little bit of sharpness too that a lot of other concentrates are missing.
And I noticed you've got 2 different graham crackers here. Is that just because you were trying to really make it prominent in this? Yeah.
I wanted the crust to come out pretty nice. And then on a TFA graham cracker clear, like I like it, but honestly on its own, sometimes it can be a little weak to me. And Flavor West graham cracker, if you use it too high, it'll completely ruin your recipe. Like, 'cause it gets really bitter. But if you use it low enough, to me it kind of adds to graham cracker clear what it's missing.
Yep, exactly. Now, do you use sweeteners occasionally, or what's your stance on sweeteners?
I mean, so usually, I always like kind of do my first like couple revisions without sweetener, and then like if I vape a recipe and I'm like, man, it's pretty much like the taste is there, but there's just like something missing, or I just need something to pop out a little bit more, or it's not quite sweet enough. Yeah, I'll add a little bit of sweetener, but it's always kind of an afterthought for me, Like I'll rarely like develop a recipe first try with sweetener in it.
Sweetener in it, yeah.
Yeah, it's like me. That's the way I am when it comes to sweetener. Like when I made which one was it? I think it was Blue Addie's yogurt from Fresh. I needed a little bit of sweetener in it, just a touch, just to brighten it up a little bit. Just a little bit of sweetness because the blueberries is a little tart, and then and plus with the Greek yogurt, and then on top of that one, he did that one. It was supposed to be like a drink from South America that was all citrus. It was like lime Tahiti, lemonade, another lemon or a lime or something. It was super strong, and I had to throw like a 1/4% super sweet in that just to mellow it out a little bit or just actually to
balance it. You're trying to balance it.
Yeah.
Oh, Pippa just woke up and decided to join us for breakfast. Good morning, Pippa.
Yeah, what time is it out there? I always forget.
It's like 5:30 in the morning where she's at in Australia.
It's pretty early. Yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, because I know, like, I've hung out at on her live show that she does that, for me, it's like 11 o'clock at night on a Saturday or something.
Yeah.
And it's like early in the morning for her.
So do you have a RDA that you like to test your flavors in, or whatever is nearby is what you do?
Yeah. Like if I'm single flavor testing or something, I just got this Entheon clone. And that's working really well.
Yep.
Or the Wasp.
That's
I love the Wasp. Yeah. you got to have the, like, every mixer should have a wasp. They're so cheap and they work awesome.
I still need to get one. I've been wanting one, and I just haven't gotten around to it yet. Especially now, if I have to go out and buy a router, I'm gonna have to hold off again.
Yeah, yeah. But I think the wasp is like $12 or something, and it's a great little RDA. And then, like, so when I'm testing flavors, man, my Dead Rabbit gets nice flavor. Mad Dog is probably my favorite RDA still. Is a
Really?
yeah, I love the Desire Mad Dog. Like,
Really?
way too much.
It's got a lot of airflow though, right? I mean, it's pretty big airflow.
I closed it down. Like, I don't know if it's coming up on my camera, but yeah, I closed it down to probably like a third. But yeah, it gets amazing flavor though.
So do you kind of set your coils up above it so you get kind of like the bottom airflow kind of thing, or is it?
Yeah, that's what I do. Yeah, I always try and set my. That's one thing I like about the Dead Rabbit is because your coil sits so high.
So high.
And then, so like the airflow just comes under and gives you good flavor. I'm sure there's some kind of science to it.
Yeah. So with your recipes, a lot of them we were talking before the show, you've kind of given an intro with a math twist to it. How did you decide which like math story to put with each juice?
Yeah, so I just figured like, cause so some people might know I'm getting my bachelor's in mathematics right now. I'm trying to be a teacher, and so I thought it'd be really funny to do like a whole like mathematician line of pies, and like pies, and I don't care what anybody says, the cheesecake is a pie, you know. So I just like, so over the last like I think about a year and a half or year or so, I've been coming up with pie recipes, and then I just kind of like give them whatever mathematician I'm thinking about at the time, and then I go do a little research on them, and sometimes I'll write it out myself. Sometimes I'll just kind of like, copy and paste from a website or something. But it's cool, It's fun.
Very cool. I love when I can like learn something. I'm like looking for the notes on the flavors. I'm like, what's this? What's this?
The first couple times I did it,
I'm like scrolling through it. I'm like, where?
Yeah, I put it at the bottom. Maybe I should probably reverse it and do it the other way, but I don't know. Some people actually,
no, I think it's
from ELR. He which one? I think it was the Turing one, and me and him got in a conversation a little bit about. We were talking about it for a little bit because I know he's really into. I guess he's really into. He's a smart guy, man. He was like. He blew me away. I felt like an idiot after talking to him, but yeah, he's a really intelligent guy. But he dug it. He was reading up on it.
All right. It sounds like Mr. Daytime Frank is done.
Yeah. Let me pull my zoom back up. Yeah. There we go. And since I guess this is going to have to be a thing now, we're shaking this thing up.
Mophead. What inspires you to come out with the new recipe?
Oh man, whatever I find that inspires me, it's just like, sometimes I'll check out like food websites or things like that. Sometimes I'll be out like with my wife and kids and eat something and be like, oh, I can make a recipe out of that. Sometimes it's other people's recipes. Like you said, I get a lot of inspiration from, I pretty much like review 3 recipes a week. So, I get a lot of inspiration from other people now. It just kind of comes from wherever. I know there's a lot of groups out there. They'll do like challenges and things like that. And every once in a while, I'll kind of come across one. I'll be like, oh, okay, I can like, maybe I'll try something with that or cooking or shows. Like, we'll be on like Hulu or Netflix and watching those like baking competitions or something. I came up with a couple recipes with that, like watching those baking competitions. Yeah, wherever I can find it. I got the flavor Bible, that's been helping me out. Definitely. Actually, I think we have the PDF on the Eat, Sleep, Mix, Repeat group. If you go to the files, you can just download the PDF for the flavor Bible. But that's a good resource for people.
I like what It's Me Dude just said. He ties his mix to the ceiling fan. That's a good way to get it mixed.
I've seen a lot of people, they'll get like a Sawzall and like, zip tie it to the end of it and just
get a Dremel. But you better have something strong to hold it though, because a Dremel will destroy the container.
Yeah.
10, 12,000 RPMs. Yeah, it'll get mixed. It'll end up getting mixed all over your kitchen too.
All over your room. Explode everywhere.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, I had to put this on the Mac. This build that I still have in my goons a .08. So, oh, did I say that? Oh, no, it's a 0.1. Everybody, you don't go below 0.1. I think it's just a bad ohm read or something.
She said, "I found that I don't have the mixing bug. Love one shots though, and I think that's great. You know, I've been doing a little with one shots and kind of trying to put out more information on one shots because I think that's great for people. Like even my dad watched like one of my last videos. He was like, "Oh, you gotta show me how to do that." I'm like, "Yeah," because he's still buying commercial juice, even though I always offer to give him juice. But he's like, "Yeah, it's getting expensive." I'm like, "No, dude, I've been trying to tell you that for like 3 years now."
Well, that review you just did on Liquid Barn Tastemakers.
Yeah.
That one, that's one that I watched, and I was just like, we were just talking about it last Sunday.
Yeah.
Mary Beth pulled up the video of, from Liquid Barn's website. We were watching it on here of how you measure everything out just the way you did it. It was just like, that's definitely something.
And I did that totally. Like I went into a blind, like I didn't try it beforehand. I'm like, I want to see how easy this really is. So that video, that was totally my first time trying it. And it was so easy. Like I was like, man, you don't even have to think about this. You just put that little ruler next to it and just just go at it.
I mean, stuff like that's going to put us in business. People aren't going to have to watch us. They can just sit there and just do that and be done with it.
They can, and that's the good thing. Like nowadays, I mean, it's so easy, to make your own juice and cheap ways. You got Adore e-liquids, concentrates. You got Liquid Barn's going to be putting out like three new ones every month.
Wizard Labs, Chef's Flavors,
Chefs.
Everybody does. Jen Jarvis has hers. I think at Liquid Barn and at Chef's Flavors now. She has a new one coming out. I think this week.
Yeah,
she's always hazelpotamus or something. She's calling it. That looks really good. I love like hazy custard from Adore, so that one's gonna be right up my alley.
Actually, I don't think I have it on me.
Yeah, Vaping Swag.
My favorite.
Vaping Swag has them too. Plus, he has some regular regular flavors that like his blueberry is normally I take blueberry wild and blueberry extra. You can take that and replace both of them.
Wait, which blueberry was that?
VSO's blueberry Vaping Swag.
Oh yeah, actually I was gonna when you started talking about blueberry, I was gonna say VSO. I got my buddy Mike sent me a little bit, and man, it's good. It is crazy good.
Yes, I still have to pick up some stuff from over there. Yeah, Nurse Vape says that her DIY episodes are learn with me type content. Well, that's kind of what this is too, Alicia. That I consider myself an intermediate, I guess, not quite a beginner, and I'm far from the level of Mophead or Fresh or even JFM or Pippa. I'm like that next level down. I think I'm kind of like I'll still screw up and make some swamp water every now and again, but I know I have a ton to learn.
Yeah, somebody asked me like a couple weeks ago. They asked me like, how often do I make a bad juice now? Since I've been mixing for a while, and I'm like, dude, all the time. I make terrible juice all the time.
I mean, the jury's going to be out with this. This could turn out to suck. I don't know. I mean, once it steeps, we'll see. Right now it's bringing in fresh cotton as well, but.
I think with cheesecakes, there's kind of like three kind of profiles you can play around with. So it's sort of like the cheesecake, you can add like the Lorraine's cream to it, or you can add yogurt to kind of give it that creamy sour kind of profile.
I do the yogurt one sometimes.
Yeah. You can kind of do the cheesecake with ice cream to kind of give you that more creamy, eggy, or with custard, because that's what I did. Mm-hmm. I did it with a custard to give it more of an eggy sort of, mix. Kind of go that cheesecake creamy factory kind of thing. So, which is kind of cool. And you can just like toss on some fruit, toss on some strawberry, and you've got a good mix. Or you can start to get fancy and like create like I don't know if you've ever seen this, but website when I was looking for flavors, I kind of found this one. And what they did was it's boozy cheesecake.
Okay.
Like margarita cheesecake, or you can get fancy limoncello, bourbon banana.
Yeah.
Let me share.
Well, we know Carlo likes his limoncello with that Leviathan.
Yeah, I love it too, man.
That's good stuff.
Like a bourbon. This one was a bourbon banana cheesecake.
Oh.
And this is the one I picked. I picked the Malibu coconut cheesecake, and this is kind of what I was playing around with, doing it. And then moonshine cheesecake.
Yeah, JFM, that definitely sounds right. Loren's cheesecake is good and different, and he likes to mix it with custard and some other cheesecakes like New York and plus graham cracker crust, and sugar cookie, and some sugar cookie of graham cracker. Yeah, that definitely sounds good.
I like using the Loren's cheesecake as like kind of like an accenter to like layer in. Like if I want, like the same way like we were talking about with like Loren's cream cheese icing or yogurt or something. It's got a really nice cheesiness to it. And yeah, if you add a little bit of that Loren's cheesecake in there, it definitely boosts up that realism. I want to give a shout out to JFM, man. I think we should all congratulate him on his beautiful baby girl. Totally awesome. New papa out there.
Absolutely. Yeah, I guess she's a little over a week old now. Because we're talking about, I guess it was last week. Or is she 2 weeks yet, John? I think she's a little over a week. He probably hasn't slept yet, so he may not be able to talk much.
Yeah, he's probably all it's fun times, man.
Or Mrs. JFM may not be sleeping much.
Yeah.
Yeah, Papa John. Yeah, he can be the new Papa John since the other one's kind of out. Yeah, a little over a week. I thought so. Good deal.
Yeah, she's a little cutie.
Oh, yeah. They all are at that age. You remember that.
Oh, yeah.
Then again, them terrible 2s and the rambunctious 3s, and then they turn 15 and they want a $15,000 car.
My first car was my grandpa took me to one of those like city auctions, and I think we picked up it was a 1990 Ford Taurus for like, I think we paid like $800 or something for it. And like, it got me around for a couple years. Man, I did a lot of stupid shit in that. Like, that's why I would never buy my kids a new car. Cause I'm like, dude, I did a lot of stupid shit. I took it over jumps and rode up curves, and I don't know. I did a lot of dumb stuff in it.
Yeah. My first car, I bought a 76 Dodge Tradesman van that was all hooked up, and, it had the stereo system and everything already in. I paid like $2,000 for it. I had saved up my money. And then my dad's car died, and he ended up borrowing it because I didn't even have my license yet. I bought him. Oh, I'm going to do this to it. I'm going to do that to it. I take it to a shop in school. I'm going to hook it up, and And then he ended up just tearing that thing up. He just ran the balls off it. So by the time I got my license, I was like, okay, well, my sister had a car she was getting out of, so I ended up with a 71 Ford Maverick that used to change its own oil. It had points and and a carburetor would, I have to mess with it to get it right. And it was a mess. I kept that for like a couple of months. I blew it up waiting in line at the inspection station. And then I ended up getting another van that my dad had, I guess, I don't know if somebody owed him money or whatever. He was like, here, he throws me the keys for it and the title. He goes, yeah, this is here, you can have this, sorry about the other one. And kept that for a little while. And then I got married and couldn't afford 2 vehicles anymore. So she had a better vehicle than I did. So ended up getting rid of it. And it took a while before I got back on my feet after that fiasco. I'm still dealing with that bullshit. some people at Shaq already know what I'm going through with that crap.
I used to have
25 years later, it's still a fucking headache.
So how did it come out, Frank? What do you think?
Definitely gonna need the steep. I'm gonna put a week on it.
Come back and give it a whirl.
Yeah, I mean, I'll throw my bag and take it to work with me, and probably like Wednesday or something, I'll break it back out.
Take it out and see. Yep.
But all you get right now is the cheesecake. The peanut butter's not there.
It sounded really good, man. It just sounded so good.
It sounded like it was going to be one of them sickening, sweet, super rich.
Yeah, exactly. Did you see it, Mophead? Did you see his recipe?
No, that's the link you just sent out, right?
Yeah, it's in the description.
Here, pop it up and let Mophead take a look and see what.
Yeah, here I'll share the screen on it.
With it.
Okay.
Let's see. That's the thing I like about this way. This is set up. There you go. Yeah, I threw the banana nut bread in after I originally made the recipe up. I showed it to Fresh, and he was like, "Oh, you got to throw some banana nut bread in there." I'm like, "Oh, okay." I'm not going to question him.
Yeah, no, that's one I still need to pick up. I know I've heard a lot of people talk about it. It's just still one I haven't managed to pick up.
I mix that up as a single flavor for my wife, and she loves it. And it's funny, the air freshener, we have one of the ones that has a light bulb or whatever, you plug it in. And I walk in there and I'm like, "Why does it smell like banana nut bread in here? Are you using my e-liquid for that?" She goes, "Oh no, I just bought something. It smells just like it, like almost like a little creme brulee." I'm like, "Oh wow." Yeah, what do you think of that, Mophead? I think I could have added or omitted or anything.
Do you think that peanut butter will come more forward eventually?
It should.
Yeah, it might come out a little bit. I think it's mostly gonna, because sometimes peanut butter kind of blends with banana, I've noticed. And so it's hard to like, sometimes if you put peanut butter and banana together, sometimes it's actually kind of hard to pull out the peanut butter because it'll kind of just like end up boosting the banana. So that might happen. So if that happens, yeah, you might want to end up taking the peanut butter up a little bit. Or you can try and layer it with like is it flavor peanut butter? No. Flavor peanut butter, right? That's the one that tastes like peanuts. Or is it flavor?
Probably, yeah. Anything flavor, it's going to be super concentrated, so it might.
Yeah, or maybe it's flavor. I can't think of it off the top of my head, or add some kind of like nut or something in there to kind of make it a little bit.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking of actually adding like a nut.
Yeah,
I could have put like Wonder Flavors roasted pecans or something in there.
Yeah,
I love those roasted pecans.
Yeah.
I love the roasted pecans, man. They just really.
I'll pull that back down. Back to the regular screen. There we go. Pop the chat back out. Yeah, there we go.
So
Garvey says, "Yeah, flavor of peanut butter is really wonderful." I have to try.
Yeah, it. I'll pop up mine here, and see what you think. Where is it?
Yeah, Kenny B says Kimmy has a good banana nut bread recipe. I wonder.
Oh yeah, she does. She does. She has a really good one. So here's mine. I was going for that cookie dough cheesecake bar kind of thing,
Mm-hmm.
And so I just use the FA cookie and cookie dough and lava cake to kind of, because the cookie dough is kind of light on the chocolate. You don't really get the chocolate chip factor. Mm-hmm. But I do like the overall chocolate chip cookie taste, but the chocolate's kind of weak. So that's kind of the chocolate chip cookie component of it. And FA custard and New York cheesecake to kind of give the creamy center with a little more of a eggy vanilla prominent flavor with the vanilla shisha. Thanks. And just a little whipped cream, just because who doesn't want whipped cream?
Exactly.
That's pretty much it for me. What I'm getting is not a whole lot of chocolate, so I may have to go to a chocolate Deutsch or something else maybe with this, and kind of see how that goes over time. But the cheesecake I'm getting on the back end, I'm getting that dry cookie on the front end, and we'll see what happens. We'll see how this goes over more. I would like a little more cheesecake though. I'm hoping that it comes forward over time.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting right now, and this is the cheesecake and almost like a buttery note. I think that's just everything just trying to play together. Yeah, plus I got to break this cotton in too. I mean, this is a fresh build.
Yeah.
Well, fresh cotton. The coils are old. But.
All right. So, we got any questions from peeps? Not that I can.
And Nurse Waves is dead now. She must have work tonight. Have a good night at work. Alicia will catch up with you later.
Good night.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what I actually get a really authentic cookie dough flavor out of is a Valora cupcake batter.
Really?
Yeah, because they sent me a bunch of flavors and I tested them all. And I tried the cookie dough and I'm like, yeah, it's kind of, but not quite there. And then when I tried their cupcake batter, to me it tastes like straight up cookie dough. I don't know. I got more.
Valora, I'm gonna have to remember that.
Yeah, it's more picking up and I don't know. I just got more of a cookie dough out of that than I did out of the actual cookie dough flavor.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, Sub Vapes is asking you to scroll back up for something there, Mary. Let me see what he's talking.
Oh, sorry.
No. Okay. I
Scroll
see
back up.
the Thai
Okay.
apple. In
What
one
am
of
I looking for?
It's right above, a little bit above where Kenny B said about Kimmy's banana nut recipe. It says, Mary Beth, I see you use Thai apple, Wonder Flavor Super Concentrate in one of your recipes. What's that?
Yeah. It's very much like Fuji apple. Very much like a Fuji apple, but it has a little more pear notes to it, and it's not as Fuji, in my opinion, you can get a little overpowering sometimes, I think. Maybe that's because I just haven't had much luck in using it. But I found that you have a lot of wiggle room. It's pretty nice. It does the same sort of thing. It brightens it up for you, which is what I was kind of going for in that recipe. But yeah.
Oh, Pippa has a question for you, Mary Beth.
Oh.
About your virgin Korean apple Moscow Mule.
Yeah.
How did you come up with it?
How'd you come up with it? Looks great. Thank you, Pippa. Trolling the internet for recipes. I just love food sites and drink sites. So I was like, top 10 summer drinks or top 10 drinks with cranberry or variations. I think that one was just variations of a Moscow Mule. And it came up and I was like, okay, well, let me play around with this and see what I get. But that's how I get most of my stuff.
Oh, it's me, dude. Said off topic. Did you see Nick Devine's shirt from yesterday's stream? Well, dude, he wore that shirt for the Super Bowl pregame too. That I did, a couple weeks ago. He had that shirt on. Yeah, he got. That's one. I think it's a local shirt. Local shirt company. Philly must have been making that up. But yeah, that shirt is cool.
He's got the flag out front. Life is good.
Oh yeah, I got the flag. I got my my cup holders in.
Bottle.
I got two of these. Yeah, I got the hat. Got a hoodie, but it's too warm for the hoodie today. It's like 70 degrees outside here.
Oh, sounds beautiful.
See, Beth got the Alex Anani bracelet that has the Super Bowl logo on it and Eagles logo. I thought it was coming with a little Vince Lombardi trophy on it, but it didn't have that on there. But yeah, it's a good time to be an Eagles fan. I've seen a lot more cars and stuff done up, even down here in the Carolinas and Georgia and stuff done up in Eagles. I'm like, yeah, it just looks good on your car. You're really an Eagles fan, yeah. I've had people asking me all the time, oh, well, when did you just start liking them? Like week 9? I'm like, nah, dude. I threw snowballs at Jimmy Johnson back in '89. Okay.
I'm an OG. Yeah, JF, and that one is that's a good juice. My local shop has it. I tried it. I really enjoyed it.
Oh, the one strawberry? Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. I'll be interested to see what he can come up with for that. It's going to be like another jam monster, like In Pursuit of the Jam Monster.
Ren, enjoy. Everybody cheer for me. My freshly built coil vapes. Awesome. All right. Good job, Ren. Kick ass.
All right. Heck yeah. Go get her done, Ren. Get her done. Me and my deadliest thing. Forget that. I gave that up after about 2 weeks.
I do it sometimes. It's just I'm just not very good at it. I do I think the ones I have in here I made. I have a Daedalus, but I don't even use it because I didn't buy. I went cheap and I didn't buy the drill. I'm like, oh, I got a drill. Well, I should have got the drill because it doesn't match up right.
Right. I mean, it works well. It's just nah, that's right. There's a lot of great coil builders out there.
Yeah.
I don't mind supporting them.
Yeah, you got Yeti Wire out there. It's always Black Friday at Yeti Wire. Vaping Buckeyes just popping in last minute. What's going on there, brother?
Yeah.
Yeti got t-shirts now too. I need to pick me one of them.
What was that?
I want the Yeti Wire t-shirt for sure.
Oh yeah, we were vaping swag. I have them. I think it's under the Freshy Friends section. And if you buy any t-shirts over there, all the money goes to advocacy.
Awesome, yeah.
Yeah, anything on the Freaky Fresh line, that's all. They don't see any of that money. It goes right to.
Oh, that's awesome.
Right to
so, Mophead, any sorry.
Oh, that's me. Yeah. Shindo, that's why I'm up here today because I don't know what's going on with my router. And last night I was watching Nikki's show. My internet was getting all wonky. Couldn't even watch Netflix right. It kept I just think I don't know if it's the weather or what, but I've been hearing everyone all over the country talk about the internet being funky today.
So if there are like a couple of flavors that you'd recommend people go out and get, what would it be? Like your have to have flavors.
I actually have a video.
Okay.
20 top flavors for beginners or something like that.
Yeah. That's a great video. That's a great video, Mophead.
Yeah, I know people said that one helped them out. And that's just like my list. You know, everybody has like their own list. But any of those 20 flavors, what have I been working with lately? I don't know. I've been in a funk the last couple of weeks. Like I've been kind of taking a break from mixing up my own recipes just for like, because you got to keep everything fresh. And I don't know. I just like, I go through phases.
Yep, me too.
I've been doing a lot of like working on my channel lately and things like that. I haven't been doing a whole lot of mixing really.
Yeah, that happens. We get into I don't want to say a funk, but like get into a groove and we end up, mixing a bunch of bakeries or, or a bunch of fruits and you just stay and then you catch yourself and then you got to mix it back up. And sometimes it's hard because you make some really good fruit recipes and you just want to keep going down that path.
Yeah.
Then, especially if you're trying to put them on the channel. I was like, oh, Chris, he's doing another fruit again. How many times can you do something with mango, But you may really like mango. And so you're putting mango with 5 different fruits or what have you. And so I understand that where we get into those grooves or into them ruts a little bit.
Pavlova yam, actually, that's a newer one I got.
Oh, no. Oh, really?
Yam
I love it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I love it. It's good. I'm working on hopefully a pumpkin. I think I've been chasing the pumpkin dragon for a couple years now. I think I'm finally going to get it this year. I'm hoping to drop a good some kind of pumpkin recipe this fall.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be good. Like pumpkin spice. I don't do anything. I can't. I'm not a pumpkin spice person, but I read a pumpkin, like a pumpkin pie or something. I can get behind that.
See, I get white girl wasted every fall. I'm like one of those people. I go to the grocery store and I buy up everything pumpkin spice. I'll buy it up.
Somebody has a good question here. He's asking, how would you use Inawera licorice? She got it as a freebie with an order.
I haven't tried the Inawera. Is it like a black licorice or a red licorice?
Exactly. Let's see what he comes back.
Put it in the chat sub. Because I have TFA red licorice, and that's like straight up red vines. Like you mix that up at like 8%,
and you're good to go.
It was funny because I used to buy house juices from this one vape shop, right? And they had a red vines recipe, and I really liked it. And then I got into mixing, and I picked up TFA red licorice, and I was like, that's that's literally all it was. Yeah, all of it. It made me so mad. I'm like, I spent so much money on like. And I found out a lot of their recipes were just like a couple TFA flavors,
Yeah. Oh, it's a black licorice. You can mix that and make like a root beer out of it. Root beer float mixed with some vanilla. Some VB, vanilla bean ice cream, and make a black liquor. Make a root beer float. Because that's basically what you have with your black licorice is it's basically a root beer. Maybe add some. What would you add to make the root beer? I know like Nikki makes a root beer that you get like that black licorice taste in it. But it's good because it has a little bit of sweetness to it, but it's not sweetener.
That sounds good. Yeah, I really don't mess with black licorice. But that's good. I never thought about. Yeah, it's basically root beer. I never really thought about that.
Yeah, so that's what I would do. I would throw some vanilla bean ice cream, maybe add some sweet cream, maybe even a little Catalan cream to get a little bit of that spice. I think that would help. Fig fresh and licorice ice cream, Kevin Reed said.
That's a good idea, Creed.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not a real versatile flavor, but you can do a lot with it down that line. Down like that root beer type of line, like with ice creams and with with different drinks. Yeah, JFM says he's not into black licorice or anise.
Yeah. I'm not either.
Anise would be good, like with an anisette, the cookies.
You can get some of that almond, that Wonder Flavors almond cookie, which is pretty much like a one shot in of itself, and maybe toss in a little bit of that as an accent, and maybe a little lemon. I bet you that'd be good.
Yeah, because you can use that with a black licorice. It was black licorice and anise do have a similar taste.
Yep, totally.
Oh, he mixed it with black currant. And black currant goes with everything, so.
Yeah, that's true. Black currant goes with everything.
Yeah, you're stuck in a recipe, throw some black currant in there. It'll change.
Yeah, I keep looking for the carrot. I'm very intrigued in the Vapor Train
the Prano
flavors that are coming out. I'm sorry?
Yeah, when are they getting on this side?
They have a Prano carrot or something. I just got Flavora carrot, but I haven't tried it yet.
Yeah, Flavora carrot is great, but it is a carrot. Like everybody says. It is like out of the garden, Bugs Bunny, crunch the carrot.
I don't care. I want to do like a carrot basil, like I'm gonna do a recipe that's gonna be god awful, but I don't know.
Mary Beth's been on the basil kick.
I've been on a basil rip, man.
I love a Flavora basil. I did a peaches and basil. Awesome.
I almost did it today in the recipe today. I'm like, no, Mary Beth, no, stop.
I'm waiting for
the basil.
I'm waiting for chefs to get back in stock. Vapor Train has a carrot cake out that I really want to try.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. I think they're coming. I think they're coming to Bull City though.
Yeah, they're not selling the carrot cake because they have them up yet. They have them up. They're just not in stock yet.
I didn't see
the carrot cake.
Yeah, hopefully they'll get it.
I'm sure like over the next few months they'll get more.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I can't wait.
Yeah, Pippa says it should be in the U.S. next month. She's
next month.
Well, next month.
Honestly, with chefs like flat ship rate or shipping, man, their shipping's like pretty cheap. I mean, it's only like $5.
Yeah,
is it really?
I pay more than that to get stuff shipped an hour away. I pay like $6.
Exactly. Yeah, their shipping is really reasonable.
How long does it take for you to get it though? About 2 or 3 weeks?
Like 2 weeks.
That's not bad.
It's not like ordering something from China, you know. Stuff from like 3 Vape and it's taking like a month. So yeah, I need to get more Vapor Train. I have is jamming it, and I haven't even tried it yet. But everybody is talking about it, talking about them. Yeah,
that's why I want to try them. I'm going to look at the other place because coffee and teas. I want to get some teas for some spring and summer mixes, man. They'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Sticks mix. I gotta go find them.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what do you think, Frank?
Oh yeah, I'm looking here. Vape Train flavors. Yeah, they got them on their. They're up on Bull City already.
Yep.
Let's see, everything's showing. Yeah, they got. Oh wow, they have nice new products. Where is? Okay, yeah, everything's out of stock. Murray Subject newsletter. I don't need to see that.
Have you played much with Wonder Flavors, Mophead?
A little bit. I just kind of started getting into them. And I found some of them are really good. A couple of them were. I've been mostly like trying out their bakeries lately. And which ones do I have? And some of them I was really impressed with, and some I really wasn't. Their white cake is pretty good. What else? The deep fried pastry and like low percentages. It gets a nice grease note to it. The shortbread I was kind of disappointed in a little bit.
Yep, I was too, totally. I like their wafer. Their wafer's pretty good. Their sugar wafer.
Yeah, but I'm still kind of building them up. I haven't got too many. I just got a new one into. I can't remember which one. I don't know. I'm building shells right now because my concentrates are everywhere right now.
Yeah.
It just happens. So I have these right, and I filled those up, and then now everything's just like on my desk is pretty much 90% concentrates, like a mess. So,
it looks good though. I like the artwork.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Thanks. Yeah.
They look like old ads. Are they old ads? Is that what they are, or just? Are they like
different things? Like this is just like a tin.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I got my Silent Bob. I actually got that signed by Kevin Smith.
Oh, cool.
My band hammer for when people in the group start mouthing off.
Now I know. We know, Frank. Now we know.
Yeah, we don't mess around in the group.
No. Yeah, anybody out there on Facebook, Eat, Sleep, Mix, Repeat, go join that group.
Hit them up. Yep.
Yeah, we gotta get some more action going over there. It's not bad now, but it could go more. We gotta get some more participation. We're at 1,000, but I don't know how many of them are really active.
Yeah, I got a lot of
I'm guilty of it myself. I haven't put a lot on there. And I'll go on there and I'll like and comment on stuff. But as far as putting stuff out there, I really haven't put a whole lot yet.
Yeah, it's been growing though. It's been growing.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right.
Instagram and I started.
Let's wrap this up. Mophead, go ahead. Tell everybody once again where they can find you, and we'll start going around the room and get out of here.
Okay, so yeah, Mophead again. Sub to my channel, Mixin with Mophead, and any of you have recipes you want reviewed, let me know. Facebook's probably the best way to get a hold of me. So the best way to do that is join the Eat, Sleep, Mix, Repeat group. I also suggest that you join the DIY E-Juice University group. DIY Down Under, go join that Facebook group. That one's starting to build, and Pippa's doing a lot. Pippa's doing some great stuff with that.
Yeah.
Helping makers, get out there.
Yep.
I'm also on like Instagram and Twitter and everything. If you go on any of my videos, I always post links to all my stuff down below. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, thanks for having me on, Frank. I had a great time.
Yeah,
thank you.
Yeah, we really enjoyed it. It was great. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely.
I love bringing new people in and getting different opinions and getting different insights and hearing their stories and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mary Beth, did you see what Dawn just said? Put down the bean basil. Yeah, purple hearts out there for Dawn, everybody. Let's fill this chat with some purple hearts.
Actually, we just got Dawn just joined the Facebook group too. So yeah, thanks.
Cool. That's great. So you can find me on Instagram under MechModRN, and in the vapeshack.org, and on Frank's channel occasionally on Sundays when he tosses me an invite and I get to share the afternoon with him and any special guests and Mr. Alfredo.
Yes, Alfredo once again holding down the fort, being the athletic supporter that he is, and keeping everything running. The executive producer.
Anytime, Frank. Anytime.
Oh man, I appreciate it. We almost didn't have Alfredo today, but some idiots went ahead and messed up his daughter's recital.
Yeah. So
punk asses.
So you can find me at theshack.org, Vape Shack. Like I say every week, it's my second home. Instagram, AM Ponce. I don't put up much content. I mainly follow everybody else. That's about it. Great thanks for having me on, Frank.
Oh,
thanks for coming on, Mophead.
Yeah, thanks, man. It was great. Had a great time.
Yeah. Everyone, make sure you get your Adore liquid.
Oh, yeah, baby.
To get the new one, not from concentrate. I finally mixed up my concentrate today, but I'm about halfway down on that 120. So I'm like, I need to mix this up or I'm going to end up running out. But that's all I've been doing is dripping it because I want to savor it. So I didn't tank any of it. And so definitely check out Adore liquid. Use coupon code Pink Pussy, save you 10%, $45 in the US. You get free shipping. And let's see, do I even have? No, I didn't bring it up. Giancarlo, I'm sorry I didn't bring a bottle up here with me, but check out Omegaddon e-liquid. Yeti Wire, it's always Black Friday at Yeti Wire. Vaping swag, get you some of that blueberry. Let's see, Freddie Clean as Fuck Coils, hit him up on Instagram. Nick Devine, hit him on Instagram. West End Liquids. Rich has been missing lately. I don't know if he's not doing well or just took a break from all the social media stuff, which happens. Get some West End Liquids.
Yep.
He has concentrates over there plus his pre-made. Yeah. Very best guy right there. What's that one? The soft bags?
Yeah, soft bags.
Yeah, I have the Twisted Throttle, the Hardtail. I have a few of them.
Mm-hmm.
The chain oil I haven't even mixed yet. That one's gonna be good for
Chain Oil Summer. It's my all-day vape for the summer, and he has concentrates too, which is great. So you can save some money. You can, his percentages are usually around 13, 14, 15%. I think, if I'm not mistaken. So
yeah, with most of them,
you can usually get a pretty good value for your buck there. That's for sure.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, KBN said he had a Rich sighting. He said he's enjoying life. All right, good deal. It's cool. hopefully we'll maybe we'll get him on sometime. Maybe even get Dawn on sometime. Talk about how she got started and everything else. That'd be an awesome story. I'd love to hear that one.
Oh yeah, I would love to hear about that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
See, look, Mophead's like, yeah, invite me on that show too.
Oh yeah, we'll get to
Anytime. Let me know.
All right,
Yeah,
everybody.
It was great having you. I really enjoyed it.
Yes, thank you so much for coming on. This was good. I was excited for all week when you said, "Yeah, sure, I'll come on." I'm like, "Oh hell yeah!"
I've been posting about it all week. I love coming on the show.
Yeah, so definitely. All right, everybody. Have a good week. Be good to each other out there. If you can get one person this week to quit smoking, and get a device in their hand, and just get that train rolling, get everybody off the smokes.
Or a little boo doo.
These
little devices.
Exactly. Then teach them all how to DIY, and in case that flavor ban does come down the pike, we'll see how all that goes. But everyone, be good to each other, and we'll see everybody next week.
All right.
Bye, everybody.